of New Boston, tell me what you've done for our kids. Annissa was my teacher at East Boston High School. For 13 years, she showed up for us. I'm voting for real change, not empty promises. I'm voting Annissa for mayor.
Early voting is set to begin next weekend in Boston's historic mayoral election. Annissa Essaibi George, I apologize, I know I just messed up her middle name there, an Arab Polish-American and former teacher, is vying with Michelle Wu to become the first woman and first person of color elected to lead the city in its history. Joining me now is Boston mayoral candidate Annissa Essaibi George. Welcome to the Sunday show. I apologize for getting your name wrong there. Why are you running?
That's quite all right. It's Annissa Essaibi George, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to say hello to your viewers this morning and introduce myself. I'm a former Boston Public Schools teacher. I'm a small business owner. I'm an at-large city councilor focused on the very important work of leading the city. And I look forward to leading the city as mayor. I am also
shut my door, please.
The daughter of an Arab who told me when I was 15 years old that an Arab girl with an Arab name will win nothing in this city. And it's about the work. It's about my experiences, and it's also to prove my 15-year-old self that I can do it.
And so, a very inspiring message, especially the ad that we showed at the top of the show. And yet, I'm going to put up a poll in this segment a couple of weeks ago, is leading you by 2-1. For those, and 16% undecided. What's your message to particularly those undecideds, but maybe some squishy Michelle Wu supporters that you are the better choice to lead Boston?
I certainly love the term squishy, and when you use it on national news, it makes me smile. You know, when I was heading into the preliminary in September, I was polling at 4th place in so many of these polls, and polls don't vote. The most important poll is that on election day. And the people of Boston will decide. And I have heard on the doors, I have heard in our neighborhoods, I have heard on front stairs and backyards and at community meetings across our city that I am the people of Boston's choice to lead and do this work, certainly in partnership with them. So I'm excited about the next two weeks and the opportunity to meet more Bostonians, more of our city's residents, to talk about my commitment to them, my commitment to this city, and my commitment to the work that's so important here in the city, from education to public health to public safety to housing, all of it. So important, and I'm excited to get to it.
So as I said in the intro, no matter what, in this election,
Looks like she's going to win.
Election day, Boston is going to have a woman mayor and a woman mayor who is a person of color. Just overall.
Not about, we use this phrase, representation matters. Representation matters for sure. And I look forward to representing not just the Arabs here in the city of Boston and the Poles here in the city of Boston, but every Bostonian, whether you were born and raised here as I am, or immigrants as my parents were. This work is so important when we think about the people of Boston, and also building a team. I'm committed to, and will have to in the first few days of my term as mayor, build a cabinet to work alongside and share the work. And for me, building a cabinet that's diverse and reflective of the city of Boston to fulfill that promise of representation.
Sounds like she was handpicked to run and win.
Is one of the most important things I can do. I believe
with a necklace from the Queen of England.
Shared power in a cabinet that has the experience and the reflection of the city of Boston will help me along in that work.
Okay, we got 10 seconds left. Real quickly, your website?
AnnissaForBoston.com, ANNISSA. ForBoston.com. And I'm surprised you haven't asked me to say the magical phrase that everybody wants to hear, how I'll be the mother, the teacher, and the mayor to get this work done. Heard a lot about my accent over the last couple of weeks in particular, and you never got there.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you know what? And we're now way over time. But thank you very much, Annissa Essaibi George, for coming to the Sunday show. Coming up in our next hour, Republicans are still fangirling
I'll
over
give you a
Trump
call.
even after January 6th.